Forgive the husky voice. I've been shouting at one-way systems quite a lot for the last couple of days. And today we're going to take a look at a new topic. We're going to take a look at the topic of minor chords. Now, what is a minor chord? Well, all the chords that we've been learning so far have been major chords, and they've been happy. Which is fine when you want to write happy music, but not all music is happy, just as life isn't always happy. So, for that, it's useful to be able to do minor chords and embrace a sadder sound. And that's what we're going to learn today. Now, first up, a little bit of music theory. It's important to realise that the chords we're going to learn are not new chords. They are simply alterations of chords that you already know. Now, the major chords that we've learned have three parts to them: a root, a third, and a fifth. Now, I know you just played a G chord and you're thinking, hang on, I play 6 notes. Yes, you do, but let's take a look at those notes. This one's a G, this one's a G, this one is a G, this one's a B, and so is this one, and this is a D. So there are actually only 3 different notes. What's happening is we're repeating some of them. Now, these 3 notes are the root, the third, and the fifth, as I said, and they all do slightly different things. The root note does exactly what it sounds like it does. It is where the chord grows from. The fifth, well, as you can hear there, it does fill out the sound, but it doesn't give it a mood. Mood is the job of a third. If I have a major third, then I have a major chord. Now, if I flatten that third, by which I mean I force it down 1 semitone, which was represented by going back 1 fret on the guitar neck, I get to here. Spooky. So what we're going to do is look at all 5 of our major chords, and we're going to flatten the third in each one and turn them into minor chords. Now, first off, I'm going to do the C. There's my third. It goes back 1 fret and it becomes C minor. Here's my G. There's my third. It goes back by 1. G minor. Now, it's important to point out, I actually do not expect you to learn these. I'm only showing you them because I get bored of people asking me, why isn't there a C minor? Why isn't there a G minor? Well, there are, but the position of the third within the chord makes them far more difficult to play than the E minor, D minor and A minor shapes that we're going to focus our attention on. Right, let's begin with the easy one, E minor. Take an E, and your third is this note here on the G string, at the first fret. I'm going to flatten that third, so I'm going to go take it down 1 fret from the first fret, off completely to the open string. So there's my E minor. I've taken my first finger off, opened up the G string, and that's turned it into a completely different sounding chord. Next up is A minor, so let's take the A that you already know. Your third is this note here, the 2nd fret on the B string. I'm going to move this back 1 fret down to the first. The other 2 notes, the 2nd fret on the D and the G, stay where they are. So I wind up with a shape that looks a little bit like an E, but moved down 1 set of strings towards the floor. With my D, there's my third there, high E string. That's going to go back 1 fret. Now I could try and play it like that, but because I'm not insane, I'm simply going to swap my fingers around, like so. 2nd finger, 2nd fret G, 3rd or little finger, 3rd fret D, 3rd fret B rather, and 1st finger, 1st fret on the high E. Right, these are the ones that we're going to do the heavy lifting with. Yeah, I do sound like the squeaky voiced teen from The Simpsons at the moment, I do apologise. It's simply a cold, it's not coronavirus. Now, what we're going to do next is learn the 12 bar blues in the key of A minor. So this is exactly the same structure of the 12 bars that we've done before, we're just using minor chords instead of majors. So I've got 4 bars on my A minor, 2 bars on the D minor, 2 on the A minor, and then 1 bar of E minor, D minor, A minor, and E minor. So what I'd like you to do next is pause me, practice those through until you're confident with them, and then we'll try putting them together with the backing track. And it would have been handy, wouldn't it, if I'd have actually queued this up. No matter, no matter. Here we go then. I trust that you're now confident with your chord changes. Here's the backing track. So there we go. You'll have noticed as well that I was playing with an 8th note rhythm. If you've been following the videos up to this point, this won't be a problem for you anymore. You'll also might have noticed that the backing track was a little bit longer and a little bit quicker than some of the earlier ones. It's almost like I did that on purpose, because by now you're probably a bit better than you were when you started. Okay, so that's one thing to take away in practice. What we're going to also take a quick look at is mixing up major and minor chords, specifically the 3 major chords of G, D and C and E minor, to get ourselves a load of generic chord sequences. These are chord sequences that are used in thousands of different songs. It's a very similar way to the 12-bar blues is. One of the most popular chord sequences is the 1-5-6-4. Now, we'll figure out why it's called that and what all that stuff means quite a way down the line, but what it means right now is G, D, E minor and C. So practice around those chords as arpeggios, and then when you're ready, play along with me. I'm going to just strum a bar of each using 8th notes. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so where have you heard that before? Well, here's one. Oh yeah. But it doesn't stop there. There are a huge number of songs that use this chord sequence, and I'm going to drop a link below to a video I often use with my students by the Axis of Awesome. This is largely because I don't really understand copyright law, and I don't want to wind up in a whole load of trouble here. Those guys have clearly got all their songs pre-approved for use by the relevant authorities, so I'll let them take the hit. I should mention their videos in the key of D. If you want to play along with the stuff in there, which I really do suggest that you do, you're going to need one of these. Now this is a capo, and it's a little clamper that sits across the strings. You're going to need to put it at the 7th fret. There we are. And then place your chords behind the capo like so. And that will raise the pitch of the chords that you're playing to match the chords that are in that video. As I say, I'll drop a link in the description below to all that. Now, that gives us, I like to characterise that as giving us every happy song. If we want every sad song, we simply reverse the chords and we go E minor, C, G, D. Again, play through a bar of each one. Where have you heard that one before? Well, there's plenty of 90s anthems that use that chord sequence. And so that's every happy song, every sad song. I'm going to give you a last one, which is every old song. This is one called the 1-6-4-5. G, E minor, C, and D. Now, if you put the capo on the 2nd fret and slightly syncopate your strumming pattern, which we spoke about in the last couple of videos, you're going to wind up with this song, which you probably will recognise. One of the most instantly recognisable songs of all time, and because I don't understand copyright law, I'm not going to tell you what it is. Let you use your ears to figure it out. Right, I hope that's been of use to you, internet. I hope you've enjoyed that. I'm going to go and gargle with a lot of mouthwash and whiskey and honey, and hope that somehow tomorrow morning I wake up able to speak. Until then, I bid you adieu. Good night and happy practicing.